It was a normal Thursday afternoon. 14-year-old Kelly O'Laughlin came home from school, walked through the front door of her quiet suburban home, and never came back out. What happened inside shocked a community and shattered a family. But what made this tragedy even more horrifying was what the killer did next. He didn't just steal her life, he used her phone to send cruel, taunting messages to her mother after the murder. This is the chilling story of Kelly O'Laughlin, a bright young girl whose kindness touched everyone around her, and the man who tried to turn her memory into a weapon. Kelly O'Laughlin lived in Indian Head Park, Illinois, a quiet, safe suburb southwest of Chicago. She was 14 years old, a freshman at Lyons Township High School, and full of energy and compassion. She loved cross-country, volleyball, track, and was involved in her school's Best Buddies program, which pairs students with special needs peers. Friends described her as gentle, optimistic, and deeply kind. Kelly was the kind of person who made everyone around her feel better. But on October 27, 2011, everything changed. That afternoon, Kelly returned home from school, but what she didn't know, what no one could have predicted, was that a man had already broken into her house. His name was John L. Wilson Jr., 38 years old, a repeat offender with a long rap sheet, including burglary and robbery. That day, he had come to Indian Head Park to commit yet another break-in. Using a landscaping rock, Wilson smashed a rear window and entered the O'Laughlin home. He began searching for valuables, a routine burglary. But when Kelly walked in, she caught him in the act. What followed was brutal and senseless. Wilson grabbed a kitchen knife from the home and attacked Kelly. She was stabbed repeatedly and left to die in the laundry room. Wilson then stole her iPod and phone and then left. Later that evening, Kelly's mother came home to discover her daughter's lifeless body. The next day, still reeling from the horror, she received something even more surreal, a text message from Kelly's phone. John Wilson used Kelly's own phone to message her mother and others, taunting, disturbing, manipulative messages that turned her family's grief into a psychological nightmare. According to investigators, Wilson even referred to Kelly in the third person, as if mocking the fact that she couldn't reply. He used the phone to try and access her contacts, possibly to contact more people, but the emotional cruelty of it left a lasting scar on those closest to her. He wasn't just a killer, he was someone who seemed to enjoy the pain he caused. Kelly's case drew immediate attention. Indian Head Park had only seen one homicide in decades. Now investigators were dealing with the brutal murder of a teenage girl. But technology turned out to be a key ally. Authorities tracked the location of Kelly's stolen phone, which had been turned on after the murder. Surveillance footage showed a man matching Wilson's description near a Chicago public transit station. DNA evidence on a white knit cap left at the crime scene matched Wilson's. Security footage, phone records, and forensic evidence began to build an airtight case. Just 2 weeks after the murder, John Wilson Jr. was arrested and charged with Kelly's murder, as well as home invasion and burglary. At trial, prosecutors laid out the horrifying sequence of events and emphasized Wilson's lack of remorse. The defense argued mental health issues, but the evidence was overwhelming. In 2014, Wilson was convicted of first-degree murder. The judge sentenced him to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The courtroom was silent. There was no joy in the verdict, only the quiet acknowledgement that justice, at the very least, had been served. After her death, Kelly's family chose to honor her memory with action. They founded the Kelly Cares Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to spreading kindness, supporting youth, and awarding scholarships in Kelly's name. The foundation reflects the way Kelly lived, with empathy, energy, and love for others. Every year, events are held in her memory, not to focus on how she died, but how she lived. The murder of Kelly O'Laughlin was not just a crime, it was a violation of innocence, of safety, and of humanity. But in the face of unspeakable grief, her family chose love over hate, kindness over vengeance. They remind us that even in the darkest moments, we have the power to choose light. If this story moved you, consider supporting the Kelly Cares Foundation. Links are in the description. And if you want more true crime content just like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell so you never miss out on the latest video. Until next time, stay aware and stay safe.